Hi everyone, I'm Congresswoman Lauren Underwood and I am honored to serve Illinois' 14th District in the U.S. House of Representatives. I'm so happy to hear the National Federation of Democratic Women is hosting this convening because as women, we have the power to win elections and change the trajectory of our country. As women, we lead in our classrooms and our clinics, throughout our communities, and yet too few of us have ever served in Congress. America is celebrating our 250th birthday this summer, and since our nation's founding, only 450 women have ever served in the House or Senate. When I was elected in 2018, I became the youngest Black woman ever elected to the Congress, and my journey was unlikely, to say the least. In 2017, I was 30 years old and decided to attend my congressman's one and only town hall meeting that year. It was early in the first Trump administration, and the Congress was considering whether to repeal the Affordable Care Act. My congressman promised that he would only vote for a version of repeal that protected people like me with pre-existing conditions. When he made that promise, I believed him because it was personal for me. But 2 weeks later, he voted for Trump's American Health Care Act, a version of legislation that would make it cost prohibitive for people like me with pre-existing conditions to afford the health care we needed. I was angry and felt betrayed, but instead of sitting around, I decided, you know what, it's on, I'm running. Now, all of us, I'm sure, have had these convictions. I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna start a business. Well, I just couldn't get this out of my head. So I got together with a good girlfriend of mine, and we spent the next couple months figuring out how to run for Congress. We built a website, shot a launch video, and collected petition signatures to get on the primary ballot. We knocked on doors across the district. We called our neighbors and texted our friends and showed up at events, and we demanded different leadership. Now, some of the doors I knocked on said that they hadn't heard from a Democratic candidate in over a decade. They honestly thought they were the only Democrats on their block. Because of the people-powered campaign that we built, I won that primary election, beating 6 guys to become the Democratic nominee for the 14th District. And to be honest with you, building our campaign infrastructure was hard. We mobilized our volunteers. We created a community so that people didn't feel alone. We recruited Democratic precinct captains and rebuilt the Democratic Party's presence in every corner of the district. To do that meaningfully meant also supporting our county Democratic Party organizations and the many other Democratic candidates running for state and local office across the district. Ahead of the 2018 midterm election, our campaign sent $1,000 checks to each of our county parties and the Democratic nominees challenging incumbent Republican state senators or state representatives. Being a team player and investing in campaigns at the state and local level is a priority for me, so we've made these investments year after year, cycle after cycle through my Farm Team PAC. I believe that when the Democratic Party is strong, our candidates win. Now, as we entered the fall, just weeks before the 2018 election, I made it a priority to attend every county party meeting and every community parade. I held events in areas where my Republican opponent would never bother showing up, and I talked about healthcare every single day. Now, that year, we didn't use the current buzzword of affordability, but messaging on healthcare certainly permeated across party lines. Everyday Americans were struggling to afford their care and their prescriptions, and I constantly spoke with voters about their healthcare concerns. So on Election Day, we beat our 4-term Republican congressman by 5 points, and I became the youngest Black woman ever elected to Congress. Now, almost 8 years later, I've had 19 pieces of legislation signed into law, and I serve in leadership roles in both the House Democratic Caucus and with the DCCC, the arm of the party that's responsible for taking back the House majority. This November, ladies, you know it, we are in the fight of our lives. We have to flip the House and stop the chaos and corruption of Donald Trump and this administration. Now, I know that we can win this fight together because a new generation of leaders is rising up and meeting the moment. We are building a stronger Democratic Party where together we can take back the House and hopefully the Senate. And in 2018, we can win back the White House. So ladies, I believe in you. We're gonna do this together. I hope you take good care, and thanks again for having me. Bye, everybody.